And the King has stated that Buckingham Palace is ready to support the police as they look into allegations regarding Andrew Mountbatten Windsor.
Behind the doors of Wood Farm Cottage, a very different chapter was beginning. Late Monday night, under the cover of darkness, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor left Royal Lodge for the last time. It wasn't planned this way. Reports claim he was supposed to have more time, but fresh allegations changed everything. Thames Valley Police confirmed they're now reviewing claims that a woman was sent to an address in Windsor in 2010 for sexual purposes. The allegations haven't been formally reported yet, but the damage was done. A spokesperson stated, "We are aware of reports about a woman said to have been taken to an address in Windsor in 2010 for sexual purposes. We are assessing the information in line with our established procedures." The palace was watching, and King Charles, insiders say, had finally reached his limit. Charles said enough was enough, a palace source revealed. The latest batch of Epstein documents included an email seemingly written by Ghislaine Maxwell. It confirmed what Andrew had spent years denying, that the infamous photo of him with his arm around Virginia Giuffre was real. The image had haunted Andrew for over a decade. Now it was being used as evidence against him once more. The palace couldn't ignore it, and Charles wasn't going to wait. A friend of Andrew's told The Sun the departure was rushed and humiliating. He had planned to cling on at Royal Lodge a little longer, but with the latest batch of Epstein files, it was made clear to him that it was time to go. Leaving was so humiliating for him that he chose to do it under the cover of darkness. He didn't want to have a big emotional goodbye, even though Royal Lodge is a place where he had so many family memories. Staff reportedly watched as Andrew's belongings were quietly removed. No fanfare, no ceremony. Just a disgraced former prince slipping away into the night. Wood Farm Cottage isn't just another royal property. It has a reputation, a gloomy one. It's where royals go when they need to disappear. And this isn't Andrew's first connection to the place. In August 1992, just 5 months after Andrew and Sarah Ferguson announced their separation, photographs emerged showing Fergie reclining in a deck chair while her American financial advisor, John Bryan, appeared to kiss and suck her toes. The images were published in the Daily Mirror and sent shockwaves through the royal family. Prince Philip was so incensed by the scandal that he barred Sarah from the traditional Christmas celebrations at Sandringham. Instead, she spent Christmas alone at Wood Farm, while her daughters, Beatrice and Eugenie, attended the grand gathering at Sandringham House. It was a punishment, a very public one. Now, decades later, Andrew finds himself in the same cottage. History, it seems, has a cruel sense of irony, but Wood Farm's history goes even darker. Long before it became a refuge for disgraced royals, it was the death place of a forgotten family member. Prince John, the youngest son of King George V and Queen Mary, is rarely discussed today. Those who visit the nearby St. Mary Magdalene Church may stumble across his gravestone, but few know his story. Born in the summer of 1905, he was described as winsome, but painfully slow. By the time he turned 4, he'd experienced his first epileptic seizure. Experts now believe he may have also had a severe form of autism. Up until the age of 11, John made some public appearances, but after 1913, he vanished from royal life. No official portraits were commissioned. He was absent from his parents' 1911 coronation. Instead, the boy was sent to Wood Farm, where he lived under the care of his nanny, Charlotte Lala Bill. According to the 2012 book George VI by Dennis Judd, John became a satellite with his own little household on an outlying farm on the Sandringham estate. He spent his days caring for chickens and receiving occasional visits from his grandmother, Queen Alexandra, who kept a garden for him there. It was a lonely existence, hidden from the world, hidden from history. On Christmas Day, 1918, John spent the day with his family at Sandringham House. He returned to Wood Farm that evening. Less than 1 month later, on January 18, 1919, Prince John died in his sleep after suffering a severe seizure. He was 13 years old. A Mirror article from January 20, 1919, which made the first public mention of the child's epilepsy, noted that when the prince passed away, his face bore an angelic smile. At the time, people with epilepsy were often isolated, placed in epilepsy colonies or mental institutions. It was seen as a form of mental illness. The British Epilepsy Society later explained that keeping John away from the world wouldn't have been unusual for the era. Through a modern lens, it seems cold-hearted, but it was the reality of the time. Andrew's arrival at Wood Farm has sparked a new kind of tension. Royal staff at Sandringham have reportedly been told they don't have to serve Andrew if they feel uncomfortable. And, according to The Sun, there's already quite a list of people saying no. They've been told they don't have to serve Andrew or work for him if they feel uncomfortable, a source revealed. There is understandably a lot of disquiet as he is now a total pariah. But there is also a worry that once he gets comfortable at Wood Farm, while Marsh Farm is being finished, they will never get him out again. The fear among staff is real. Andrew has a history of clinging to royal properties. His battle to stay at Royal Lodge lasted years. Now staff are concerned he'll do the same at Wood Farm. Staff who have worked with Andrew for years are reportedly leaving. Many don't want to make the move from Windsor to Norfolk. People who have been with him for years are off, another source said. It will likely be a skeleton staff at best. It's possible for the first time in his life he will have to open the front door to people himself. For a man who has spent his entire life being waited on, the shift is jarring. The privileges he once took for granted are disappearing, and the people who once served him are walking away. What Andrew left behind tells its own story. Royal Lodge, a £30 million mansion with 30 bedrooms, had been his home since 2003. He lived there with his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson, who once famously declared they were the happiest divorced couple in the world. Their odd post-marital arrangement baffled outsiders for years, but it worked for them. Until it didn't. The arrangement came to a screeching halt in October, when it emerged the former Duke and Duchess were leaving amid a wave of scandal. Long-serving staff are being axed. The life Andrew knew is over. And the memories he made at Royal Lodge, birthdays, holidays, family gatherings, are now tainted by the circumstances of his departure. Wood Farm itself is far from luxurious. It's a 5-bedroom cottage with sea views, located on a secluded part of the 20,000-acre Sandringham estate. Prince Philip spent his retirement years there, enjoying the relative informality. He pursued hobbies like reading and watercolour painting. Queen Elizabeth was known to visit regularly. Royal biographer Robert Jobson previously explained, "The Grade 2 listed Wood Farm, located on a secluded part of the Queen's Sandringham estate, looking out to sea, has long been a bolt hole for the Queen and her late husband Prince Philip. It is where the Queen, Philip and their 4 children went to relax for more than 50 years. And, of course, it is where Philip made his retirement home in his twilight years with the Queen's blessing. The Queen was known to cook and even do dishes while she was staying there. With its simple furnishings and open fires, it is a lot less formal than life at Windsor, Buckingham Palace, and even Balmoral. When Philip was there, he didn't stand on ceremony, and servants didn't wear the usual royal uniforms. But for Andrew, this isn't a peaceful retirement. It's temporary exile. The Mail Online reports he'll be staying at the cottage until Easter, when work on Marsh Farm, his more permanent residence, is scheduled to be completed. A palace insider revealed to The Sun, "The snow or rain hasn't delayed the work on Marsh Farm, but it still needs a lot of attention to make it habitable. But one thing for sure is that it is a lot smaller and less luxurious than Royal Lodge." Marsh Farm is being described as shoebox-sized compared to what Andrew is used to. It's a dramatic downgrade, and it's one that won't go unnoticed. King Charles, meanwhile, has taken an unprecedented step. For the first time, he's intervened directly in the Epstein scandal. A Buckingham Palace spokesperson stated the palace is ready to support authorities as they assess the latest allegations. Thames Valley Police are now reviewing claims that Andrew shared confidential trade reports with Jeffrey Epstein. The documents in question allegedly came from a 2010 trade tour. It's a move that signals Charles is distancing the monarchy from his brother. One source told AOL even seeing Andrew was too much for King Charles. The message is clear. Andrew is on his own. Locals near Sandringham aren't thrilled about Andrew's arrival either. Reports suggest there's disquiet in the community about having the disgraced former prince in their midst. The Sandringham estate has always been a place of tradition and respect. Andrew's presence threatens that, and the tension is palpable. Staff are refusing to work with him. Locals are uneasy, and Andrew himself is reportedly isolated and withdrawn. Wood Farm Cottage has always been a place of exile. From Prince John's tragic isolation to Sarah Ferguson's toe-sucking shame, it's where royals go when they become too scandalous to be seen. Now Andrew joins that list, hidden away, disgraced, abandoned. The cottage that once housed a forgotten prince who died alone now shelters a disgraced duke who may never return to public life. The parallels are haunting. The question isn't whether he'll leave, it's whether the palace will ever let him back in. And right now, all signs point to no.